E no, non gli islamici tutti sono violenti, non i cattolici sono violenti tutti.
Although he has admitted to not owning a computer, Pope Francis is certainly no stranger to the power of technology. Pope Francis met with Eric Schmidt, chairman of Google parent company Alphabet, and Jared Cohen, chairman of Google Ideas, for a private 15-minute meeting in the Vatican.
We will. Thank you so much.
To date, Pope Francis has proven to be the most influential, tech-savvy pope. He is the head of the Catholic Church, with a following of over 1 billion and counting. He has over 8 million followers on Twitter and recently hosted 2 Google Hangouts from the Vatican. Big numbers are something Eric Schmidt is also very familiar with. Schmidt, who runs a multi-billion-dollar web hosting company, wants to join forces with Pope Francis by working together.
My daughter's name is Zelda. They'd be willing to write a note of advice to her. She's 22 months.
The Pope took the time to write a personalized note of advice for Jared Cohen's 22-month-old daughter, Zelda. Perhaps today's meeting will help bridge the gap between societies with the mixture of technology and divine intervention.
and love. There's this wonderful book called Ishmael by Daniel Quinn, which is, anyway, it's a gorilla talking, but anyway, it talks about one of the points it brings out is one of the mistakes that human beings make is believing that there is only one way to live, that we don't accept that there are diverse ways of being in the world, that there are millions of ways to be a human being, and many ways, but many paths to what you call God. And her path might be something else, and when she gets there, she might call it the light. But her loving and her kindness and her generosity brings her, if it brings her to the same point that it brings you, it doesn't matter whether she called it God along the way or not.
And I guess the danger that could be on that, I mean, it sounds great on the onset, but if you really look at both sides,
there couldn't possibly be just one way. What about Jesus? What about Jesus?
You say there isn't only one way. There is one way and only one way, and that is through Jesus.
There couldn't possibly be with a million of people in the world. There couldn't possibly be.
Because you intellectualize it and say there isn't. If you don't believe that, you're all buying into the lie.
Do you think that if you are somewhere on the planet, if you're somewhere on the planet and you never hear the name of Jesus, you never hear the name of Jesus, but yet you live with a loving heart, you lived as Jesus would have had you to live, you lived for the same purpose that Jesus came to the planet to teach us all, but you are in some remote part of the earth and you never heard the name of Jesus. You cannot get to heaven, you think?
And that is covered in the scriptures, too. People have talked about
Truly,
that.
God knows the heart.
Does God care about your heart, or God care about if you call his son Jesus?
Well, you know, Oprah, Jesus cannot come back until that gospel is preached in the four corners of this earth. So, figure it out.
Okay, I can't get into a religious argument with you.
It's not religion.
Your Holiness, I wanted to take a moment and extend my warmest welcome to you. In the coming days, it is my sincere prayer that your time here will offer love and light and hope to millions. I hold you and your life and work in the highest esteem, and the ways that you live out the words of Jesus, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. You are a true inspiration to the world, and we are all so grateful for your ministry. We welcome you to the United States, and we thank you for all that you do.
Tonight on 60 Minutes.
Thank God for Pope Francis.
He's the rock star Pope.
We love this Pope in an absolutely new and enthusiastic way.
Buonasera.
Revolutionizing the Catholic Church.
He's challenged me to become a better person.
And challenging convention with his arms wide open.
Role of women in the church, or what to do with homosexuals. Who am I to judge?
But not everyone inside the Vatican is happy.
In the church are so many fat cats.
The fight for the future of Catholicism.
There is a price that you pay for being popular.
Welcome back to 60 Minutes. This Easter, as 1 billion Catholics celebrate the resurrection of Christ, their church is undergoing an historic rebirth. That's because Pope Francis is unlike any pontiff of modern times. His railing against church excesses have made him millions of fans among the faithful. But beyond the rhetoric, the challenges are colossal. Among them, child sexual abuse at the hands of the clergy, the Vatican's stand on contraception, homosexuality, and the role of women. For Pope Francis, it is the culmination of a lifetime's work, a life that might have turned out very differently if the girl next door had said yes. He's the rock star pontiff. Thrilling the faithful in St. Peter's Square and across the world. Pope Francis I is the new and revolutionary face of the world's largest religion. Fated by the famous, drawn to his charismatic humility. I had some girls say to me the other day that he's cooler than One Direction.
Yeah, he was the first pope took a selfie.
To get an idea of the extraordinary effect Pope Francis is having on the Catholic world, you only need to come here to his weekly Mass in St. Peter's Square, where crowds have tripled since he took over. Right now, he is, without doubt, the most popular pontiff in modern times.
Hablé de la tendencia a una globalización. La globalización no es mala. Al contrario, la tendencia a globalizarnos es buena, nos une. Lo que puede ser malo es el modo de hacerlo. Si una globalización pretende igualar a todo como si fuera una esfera, esa globalización destruye la riqueza y la particularidad de cada persona y de cada pueblo. Si una globalización busca unir a todos, pero respetando a cada persona, a su riqueza, a su peculiaridad, respetando a cada pueblo, a cada riqueza, a su peculiaridad, esa globalización es buena y nos hace crecer a todos y lleva a la paz. Me gusta usar un poco la geometría. Si la globalización es una esfera donde cada punto es igual, equidistante del centro, anula, no es buena. Si la globalización une como un poliedro, donde están todos unidos, pero cada uno conserva su propia identidad, es buena y hace crecer a un pueblo y da dignidad a todos los hombres y le otorga derechos. Cada pueblo, a cada riqueza, a su peculiaridad, esa globalización es buena y nos hace crecer a todos y lleva a la paz. esa globalización, 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 esa globalización. Now let us offer together the prayer. Our Lord Jesus Christ, for us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
May Almighty God bless you all.
Nein, das ist ein Lied, mit euch nach, das ist ein Schlaf, das